The battle for Severodonetsk and Lysychansk in Ukraine is entering a fearsome climax. Ukrainian presidential advisor made that comment as Russian forces continue to advance on the twin cities. They're the last major areas Kyiv still controls in the Luhansk region. Ukrainian media says Moscow wants to conquer all of Luhansk in the next 3 days. Lysychansk is facing more Russian attacks. Luhansk regional governor says all of that city is now within range of artillery bombardments. Invaders have also advanced 5 kilometers towards the southern parts of Lysychansk. They're trying to break through Ukrainian forces and encircle the city's defenders. But Ukraine says its troops are doing everything they can to avoid being surrounded, and that could mean retreating to new positions. Overall, the Luhansk region has slipped further into Russia's hands. This map compares the areas Moscow holds now compared to the situation a week ago. Russian forces have taken at least 2 villages just south of Lysychansk, and reports say they entered 2 more towns today. Meanwhile, British Foreign Secretary Liz Truss says the grain crisis must be resolved by next month. Millions of tons of foodstuff have been stuck in Ukrainian ports due to the Russian blockade.
It's very clear that Ukrainian ports must be protected. There needs to be safe passage for commercial vessels, and the United Kingdom is offering our expertise on all of those fronts to make sure that we have the measures in place so that grain can safely leave. But it is going to require an international effort.
And for more, Kieran McQuillan joins us live from Lviv. Kieran, Severodonetsk is also in a dire situation with Ukrainian forces now only controlling the Azot chemical plant. In terms of the bigger picture, strategically, what would this mean if the city falls to Russian forces?
Well, I think it's more symbolic than strategic because, as you mentioned in your introduction there, the Ukrainians continue to hold this ever-shrinking parcel of land around that Azot chemical plant. Serhiy Haidai, the regional governor, said overnight to the Associated Press that the Ukrainians, they continue to defend a network of tunnels underneath the chemical plant, but he said that they cannot continue to withstand the Russian barrage, which is coming in from artillery, mortar fire and from air fire. Now, what's more strategically important is the city of Lysychansk, the twin city on the eastern bank of the Severodonetsk river. It's now defendable. It's higher ground. It is a more strategic goal possibly for the Russians. It is undergoing constant shelling. There's a couple of assessments that are coming in that should worry the Ukrainians at this stage. The first is from the UK's Ministry of Defence on their Twitter update this morning. They said that the Russians had taken control of more villages to the south of the city of Lysychansk. They said that the Russians are now within 5 kilometres, and as you mentioned in their introduction, they are within shelling range. Also, Serhiy Haidai himself on his telegram said that Bakhmut to Lysychansk highway, which is the main supply line in and out of the city, is now almost unusable by Ukrainian forces.
Kieran, another battlefront in Kherson. Ukrainian forces have been mounting counter-offensives there. Have they had much success?
Well, Kherson was one of the first cities which was occupied by the Russians when they fanned out from their base in the Crimea Peninsula in the early days of this invasion back on February the 24th. And the Russians installed a local administration there. There's a process of Russification going on. The ruble is being used as the currency. The citizens of Kherson can get Russian passports if they apply for them. Even the education system has been changed to a Russian one. Now, the Ukrainians say that they're undergoing some partisan activities there directed at complicating the Russian occupation efforts. And a month ago, as you mentioned, this counter-offensive began. At the time, Alexander Arestovich, one of the presidential advisors, said that the Ukrainians really needed those MLRS systems, these multiple rocket launcher systems, to continue that counter-offensive. They have started to arrive in the country. And a Ukrainian spokesman for the Southern Command region did say last night that they continue their advancement on the city of Kherson. But it's unclear really whether or not this campaign has been sold. Some military analysts say that maybe this counter-offensive has run out of steam. We just don't really know. The picture there is a little bit too complicated to tell right now.
Oh, thanks for that, Kiran McQuillan, speaking to us there from Lviv.